Our ties to Maine go way back. That's always been a big part of our business.
We've been fermenting cider ourselves, and I wondered if we could make something. About a little over 2 years ago, we hit the ground running and started making cider commercially.
It's not only living up to our dreams, it's exceeding everything we thought that this would do for the community.
All of our guest taps that are featured are actually breweries that helped us get to this point.
People say don't get into business with friends. It's worked out very well for us.
We fight nicely.
Hello everyone, I'm Dan Tilton with Skowhegan Savings Bank, and we are proud to be the presenting sponsor of Cheers from Maine. We're excited to show you the craft brewing, distilling, and wine industry here in Maine and the positive economic impact these industries are having on our state. At Skowhegan Savings Bank, we've been helping Mainers with their banking needs for over 150 years. So please stop in at one of our 12 locations throughout the state of Maine. We would love to see you. Cheers from Skowhegan Savings.
Hey everyone, welcome to Cheers from Maine, a show dedicated to the craft beverage industry and the economic impacts these people and places are having on our state. I'm Noelle Tuttle and I'm excited to kick off today's episode in Falmouth. Maine is home to many creative and rugged people who are a big reason millions of people flock to our state each year. There are so many opportunities for locals and visitors to create tailored adventures. And here in Falmouth, when you visit, no matter the season, you will only find beautiful views of the ocean, farmland, great food, family fun, and as well as plenty of outdoor space to enjoy before warming up or cooling off with a local brewer spirit. We're here at one of the beautifully maintained pieces of land cared for by the Falmouth Land Trust. If you head to their website, you'll find all of their properties and trails to explore. We're here off Wind Road, where you'll find 23 acres of fun to be had, and dogs are allowed. Yeti approves. Thank you, Falmouth Land Trust, for preserving these parts of Falmouth so we can all enjoy and care for them for generations to come.
Welcome to Portland Pie Falmouth, our newest location. Come on in. Portland Pie has been around for 25 years, and we've always tried to have a casual, laid-back atmosphere, but also, you know, an emphasis on excellent service and excellent food and a high-quality product. I think Portland Pie stands out because our ties to Maine go way back. We try to really put an emphasis on staying local. All our pizzas are named after local landmarks. You know, that's always been a big part of our business, is kind of being a big part of Maine and making sure our clientele and customers know it. A few years back, Jeff Perkins took over Portland Pie and bought it from the original owners, Nat and Steve, and he's done an excellent job since. We've added locations in Bangor and Windham and most recently Falmouth, just in the last 5 years. Falmouth was a really unique opportunity for Portland Pie because it came with a built-in Richetta's staff that are excellent at their job. Some of them have 20+ years experience and they were loyal employees to Richetta's, and the fact that we were able to bring them over with us was kind of what made this deal really excellent for Portland Pie. Portland Pie has given me a lot of opportunities to grow with the company and keep it fresh, whether it's opening a new restaurant, you know, entering a new position, just a new task, a new challenge every day. So they've been really good to me. Noelle, I'm super excited to show you some of our specialty pies, local brews, and specialty cocktails.
Wow, look at the spread.
So Noelle, this is our signature orchard salad, and then we've got the Cape Netick here, and this is the Bradbury Mountain Pizza. Some of our favorites among all of our customers.
So you're saying, like, you source all your ingredients as locally as possible. What about your drinks? Because I'm getting thirsty.
Oh yeah, we're big in the local craft beer market, and we've got some really good partners. One of them, Orono Brewing, Tubular, always a crowd favorite, and Allagash White as well. Sells really well here and has been a brand that's been great for us for a long time.
Well, I'm gonna have to go with the Tubular. We've had such a great time here in Falmouth. Thank you for showing me around, and congratulations on the newest spot here. I think it's going to be really great. I cannot wait to take a bite of this pie, but for now, let's see where Don is on his adventures this week. Cheers from Portland Pie.
Today, our adventures bring us to downtown Lewiston. Back in 2017, a husband and wife team with the last name Ouellette developed a true love of craft beer. And this all started after their kids bought them a homebrew kit. Soon, they started a Facebook page called Peter and Nikki's Excellent Craft Beer Adventures, and they traveled all around Maine and New England in search of great craft beer and great brewery experiences. They took this knowledge and formulated a plan to open their own. And last year, they opened Rusty Bus Brewing Company on Lisbon Street in Lewiston.
Hi, I'm Nikki. Welcome to Rusty Bus. I'm the co-owner, and I want to welcome you. This all started when our children bought us a home brewing kit. Prior to that, my husband and I, Peter, liked to do the whole craft brewery scene, taking the tours, going all over New England. The name of the Facebook page was called Nikki and Peter's Excellent Craft Beer Adventures. My husband Peter's actually created the Facebook page, and it was a way for us to keep track of all the breweries we visited. The name Rusty Bus came, we were on one of our craft beer tours up in the Bangor area, and we had stopped at a place to grab. They only had bottles to go, so we stopped there and we're leaving, and I kind of looked over in the woods and I see this old school rusty school bus, and then we both kind of looked at each other and we're like, that's it, Rusty Bus. Also being in education and my husband running the school bus company in Lewiston, so it kind of fit, although as you can see we didn't use a school bus. We kind of veered off the school bus. It was important for us to open up in Lewiston. My husband was born and raised in Lewiston. I just wanted to contribute to that and be part of such a great community. During COVID, this competition came up called Jumpstart New Maine through the LA Chamber, and I happened to see it in the paper, and Peter comes home and I'm like, hey, did you see this contest? He's like, no, what is it? I'm like, oh, we're doing it. It was 3 rounds. We had to submit a business plan and all of that. The final, we won the contest. Carl Shaleen is the mayor of Lewiston and is the owner of this building. So we got a year's free rent, $50,000 in branding and marketing. All of this actually was very beneficial, and we're so excited when we found out we won, because this really gave us the boost to continue on the journey, because we were ready to give up when COVID hit. It jump-started Rusty Bus.
I'm the taproom manager here at Rusty Bus. I'm kind of what I like to think of the face of the company. Our beer style is a wide variety. We like to cater to a variety of palates. We have guest taps here. All of our guest taps that are featured are actually breweries that helped us get to this point. For example, we have Trinken, we have Side by H, Lost Valley, Grateful Grain. All of those breweries had a hand in making us be what we are today. So we always have little snacks for sale at the brewery, but we're surrounded by a lot of really great restaurants that we like to encourage our patrons to go out, sample the local cuisine, and they can always bring that food back in. But we're really big into supporting other local businesses as they support us.
So tell me a little bit about your flagship beer.
Our flagship beer is the Kins Cream Ale. I don't know as that it was intended to be, but it seemed to be a crowd favorite. It's got a nice smooth mouthfeel, and it's a great all-around beer.
So tell me about your inspiration about the different things you're making here.
A lot of the things we're doing right now are trial and error, experimenting. So it's a commercial brewing system, but in reality, it's a really fun piloted homebrew as well at the same time.
We want people to come in, have that rustic feel, home feeling, comfortable, feeling welcomed, and just enjoy hanging out and, spend as much time as they would like here. We would like you all to come visit Rusty Bus. You'll definitely have a one-of-a-kind experience. We are open Wednesday through Sunday, and we are located at 120 Lisbon Street, Lewiston, Maine.
Hi everyone, I'm Kate with MakeAWish Maine. For 30 years now, MakeAWish has been granting life-changing wishes for children battling critical illnesses here in Maine. Our supporters, volunteers, and community partners join forces to bring hope to wish kids and their families when it is needed most. Wishes provide kids the opportunity to visit someplace magical, the chance to meet their hero, the ability to have something they never thought possible. To learn more about how you can join us in making wishes possible, visit our website at maine.wish.org.
Today's adventure brings me to Central Maine, where education, the arts, food, and the craft beverage scene is having an enormous impact on the local economy. Hey Gabe, hey Emily.
Hey, welcome to Waterville.
Thank you, great to see you guys.
Good to see you.
Yeah. Boy, Waterville, so much going on. Look at all of this development.
Yeah.
What a great place to be right now.
Yeah, what you're seeing is really representative of the great partners we have here in town. And Waterville is really emblematic of a lot of mid-sized cities across the country. A long time ago, they saw industry leave and lose some jobs and fall in some hard times. And now the community's really come together with the help of some of the business community, the nonprofit organizations, educational institutions. Obviously, we've got Colby, Thomas, and KVCC here. But folks have come together, let the plan drive the process with a common goal. We've been able to really see some great resurgences in town.
Well, in addition to all of the new buildings in development, there's a hub of innovation here. You've got the Growth Council and Dirigo Labs. Tell us a little bit about that.
Dirigo Labs is so exciting for us. Like you said, we're trying to build an innovation hub here in Waterville. So we've worked with 24 startups so far. All of them come to Waterville, they see what's going on here, and I'm excited to serve all of Maine as well.
Well, Gabe and Emily, thank you so much for spending a little time with me today, telling me about all the great things happening in Waterville. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
All right, I'm gonna head off and see Paul. He's gonna tell me a little bit more about the Waterville Creates building.
Great.
Bye now.
Great.
Well, Paul, it's super exciting to be here in Waterville. So many things going on right here in this building and all around us, and you've been such a big part of all that. Tell us a little bit about the exciting things going on in Waterville right now.
The amount of work that has transpired in downtown Waterville over the past 6 years is really just amazing. This building, the Paul J. Schupf Arts Center, we just finished in December. It's not only living up to our dreams, it's exceeding really everything that we thought that this building would do for the community. Another big attribute of this building is bringing movies back downtown. We have 3 boutique movie theaters, all with state-of-the-art projectors, sound systems, seating, of course seating. But the additional pedestrian traffic that those theaters have brought downtown has really been amazing to me.
Let's talk about Waterville Creates for a couple of minutes too. And to me, they've just done such a phenomenal job here in the city.
They're really an unbelievable arts organization. They just do so much work with the community. I really can't praise them and the creativity and the energy that they bring. I've lived in Southern Maine. I lived in Portland for a lot of years, and I honestly have to say that I would put Waterville up against any other city in the state, inclusive of Portland, in terms of the arts.
And we'd be remiss not to mention, the impact that Colby College has had here, as well, and having their support in the city of Waterville is certainly important.
When Colby College was downtown Waterville in the 1920s, and Colby College really fell upon hard times, Colby College came very close to moving out of Waterville, and the residents of Waterville came together at the height of the Depression and raised the funds that were necessary so that Colby could buy the land where the campus is now on Mayflower Hill. Well, now it's our turn to give back to the city. What I really want to stress is it's been a partnership between Colby, the business community, social service organizations, really community at wide.
Mutually beneficial, right?
Mutually beneficial.
Well, Paul, thank you for having us here in Waterville. Super exciting again to see all that's going on. I really appreciate your time and you sharing just a little bit of that knowledge with us.
Glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Please come back. Appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. Emily, Gabe, great to see you guys again. Had a wonderful conversation with Paul downstairs where he talked about the Waterville Creates building, specifically the main film center up here where you can catch a movie. And coincidentally, I'm headed off next to meet with Freedom's Edge and Andy over there and see how they make this awesome cider. So thanks again and cheers.
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 Hey, Andy.
Hey, Dan, man, thanks for coming out. Thanks for visiting Freedom's Edge.
Happy to be here. I'm super excited. I haven't been here before, so I can't wait to experiment with what you got going on here.
Well, you picked a great day. We have a brand new line of cider cocktails that we're going to be canning for the first time today, hoping to get them in the market this spring, and we give you a free taste test.
Oh, perfect. Let's do it.
Come on in. Welcome, you guys. We're at Freedom's Edge Cider's global world headquarters here in Albion, Maine. My brother-in-law Ned and I had a vision that Maine has some of the best beers anywhere in the world, but it also has some of the best apples. And we were surprised to find there was no statewide cider brand that really had taken off. Cider's grown in popularity, but there's really no Maine brand. And we thought, gosh, we've been fermenting cider ourselves. This is a hobby for years, and I wonder if we could make something that really could serve as a reintroduction to people to what cider could be or should be. We started in my garage, actually in Belgrade at our camp. We made a bunch of batches, and for about, gosh, a whole year, we would just, every time friends would come over to the house, we would say, here, try this. And most of the time they would kind of choke it down. And eventually we found that they were sort of drinking it without us forcing them to do it. And we thought, all right, maybe we really have something. We found this piece of land out here in Albion, 90 acres of dairy land, and beautiful apple growing soil. So in 2020, we planted an orchard of 1,600 traditional cider apple trees. A little over 2 years ago, we hit the ground running and started making cider commercially. So at Freedom's Edge, we're trying to make ciders for everyone. Our style, especially when we started, was ciders were on the drier side, and we found that for the most part, if you make ciders with traditional cider apples, which have a lot of body and tannin to them, they're the kind of apples that if you tried to eat them, they're actually called spitters because you wind up spitting them out because they have so much like pucker to them, so much tannin to them, but they really can make a good cider. And if you make your cider using those apples, you really don't need to sweeten them very much. They taste good. It's sort of like drinking a really good glass of red wine where it's full-bodied and it stands on its own. Albion's been amazing. Most people here didn't have a lot of experience with hard cider recently, but everybody had a story that, my grandfather or my great aunt or someone in the family used to take a barrel at the end of every harvest season. There was a press in town. There was a commercial press that everyone would get out to and press their apples, put them in the barrel, put them down in the cellar and ferment them and have them over the winter. There's an amazing tradition of hard cider in central Maine. Albion, Palermo, Freedom, all the surrounding towns were some of the best cider really internationally in the 1700s and 1800s. And some of that tradition persisted into the 1950s and 60s. Every Saturday from the time the snow's off the ground, really to the fall, we have an open house tasting room where anybody in the community is invited out. We give them samples of our cider. We were always making new concoctions every week. And it's an opportunity for us to show people what we're doing and what our business is, and just talk to them about cider and let people try the different ciders we're working on, and generally help us establish ourselves in the community.
Andy, thanks for having us out here. Awesome to see what you've got going on. Boy, it is really cool. I love your cider. I love your team, and congratulations to what you put together here. Thanks for having us.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks so much for coming out here, Dan, and please come back here. Starting in May on Saturdays, we got a tasting room every afternoon. We'd love to see you and your family out here and enjoy some cider.
I can't wait.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Whether you're looking to buy, build, or refinance your home, we're here every step of the way. With the current real estate market being so competitive, availability and speed really matters. Here at Skowhegan Savings Bank, our community bankers answer their phone after hours and on weekends, so you get your answers fast. Your loan will not be sold, and it'll be serviced by our local Maine team. We look forward to working with you. Visit skowhegan.com or any of our 12 Maine locations to get started.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Westbrook. What used to be an ice cream shop is now a place for diehard and casual sports fans alike to come and gather. And if you're not into sports, don't worry. There's plenty more to do here, like karaoke, trivia, and I even heard there's some lasagna. Let's go inside and check in with the owners of Brookside Food and Drink.
Hey everybody, I'm Eli. I'm one of the owners here at Brookside. Come on in for a cold beer and a bite. We wanted it to feel like you could bring your kids in here, hang out, have a casual bite to eat, but we wanted the quality to be good and have a friendly atmosphere. Sundays, we've got all the football games on, NBA basketball season, we'll put playoffs on, March Madness, it's awesome, we'll have a full house in here. We opened this in what used to be an ice cream shop that was known as the Daily Scoop. We're just up the road from the TNT driving range, we're around the corner from Riverside Golf Course and the Portland Brew community.
Well, we've all been friends since we were 15 years old, and surprisingly, people say don't get in business with friends. We've had a great go of it.
The three of us own the Corsetti's pizza and sandwich shop next door.
It's worked out very well for us.
We fight nicely.
We do fight nicely. The menu that we wanted to target was upscale, casual pub fare. My favorite is the lasagna. Made in-house, and a side of meatballs, my aunt's recipe that I got from my grandmother.
I've been known to grab the meatballs with a fork right out of the pot. I've never met a drink I didn't like. I'll try anything. Constantly rotating our taps, and we've got a full bar with cocktails made with local spirits or mainstream things that everybody knows about.
And then we get the whole fridge full of pints for whatever's hot for the local microbrews.
Right now we're showcasing Portland Zoo, which is like a somewhat not well-known local craft brewery.
I'm more of a traditionalist, so I like my PBR, Miller High Life, Budweiser, which we also have in-house.
We're actually, I think, the state's largest seller of El Presidente, which is a Dominican beer that for some reason we just stumbled upon and we like it, so we keep it in-house. People come in and they're like, what's El Presidente?
Hi, I'm Diana. I'm one of the locals here, come to Brookside pretty often. I play in a band called Barcoats, as you can see on the t-shirt. And we play here. It's a great spot for live music, as well as karaoke and trivia. Great people, great food, good drinks. It's a good spot.
Oh man. And the meatballs too? Is that how it usually comes with the meatballs? Is this something special?
Scratch-made lasagna and house-made meatballs.
Wow.
Using Tom's grandmother's recipe.
You can tell just by looking at it, it's homemade.
Want a beer to go with it?
Yeah, I mean, all that talk about the El Presidente, I know we're talking about local brews here. Now you've got the Orono Brewing Tubular, but I've got to try one of the El Presidentes, I think. All right, well, I'm gonna start digging into this lasagna, so I guess I'll be here for a while. So I'll let you take over the talk from here. It's really cool. You can get here from car or even a sled, right?
Yeah, we got snowmobiles during the winter, and by the time you get done with that lasagna, it'll be springtime with live music on it in our beer garden out back. We got trivia on Tuesdays, karaoke every Saturday, live entertainment Mondays and Fridays. Cheers from Brookside.
Cheers!
Cheers!
What are you drinking? Right now I'm drinking water.
It's been one of the best parts about switching from teaching to owning a food and beverage establishment or free samples.
Welcome to Portland Pie, Falmouth.
Thank you. I already forgot what I was supposed to say. I know. Welcome to Cheers from Maine, a dedicated. Oh.
Hey, you. Hey, Eli.
No, I didn't think it was good. Absolutely not. Rot on. That's all right. Sorry.